Coffee cold, mine's woke. 2 mics, 1 code. Yeah, yeah. Scrolling through the chaos, headlines loud, hearts numb. Then I hear that drip talk, cutting through the hum. Gem with the side eye, true stain with the data in his cup. They don't just gas up dreams, they show you how to level up. Oh, from the hustle to the headlines, from the culture to the grind. Every angle, every timeline, they lace and never waste your time. Welcome to the daily drip. Let it run, let it run, let it hit. Oh, tech and politics, stacking common sense. Turn it up, feel it in your chest. Click in, let your future flip like describe your own ascent. Every gem, every take, every tip. Oh, yeah. They make it make sense. Yeah. I'm tired from the doom feed, faith and rent thick algorithm playing mind games, selling you the same quick fix. Then I catch that real talk about credit scores and crypto slips. Union fights and AI rights, and why your boss be talking slick. Left lane, right lane, truth rides in the same frame. If it's cap, they call names. If it's facts, they fan flames. Oh yeah. Welcome to the daily drip. Let it run, let it run, let it run, let it hit. Tech and politics, stacking common sense. Turn it up, feel it in your chest. Click in, let your future flip like describe your own ascent. Every gem, every take, every tip. Yeah, they make it make sense. Yeah. From your side gig to your 9 to 5, from the group chat to the bottom line. They're the late night guide through the glitch and grind. If you listen close, you gon' change your life. Change your life. Welcome to the daily drip. Let it run, let it run, let it run, let it hit. Hey, tech and politics, stacking common sense. Turn it up, feel it in your chest. Click in, let your future flip like describe your own ascent. Every gem, every take, every tip. Our daily drip, they make it make sense.
Hey there.
Hey y'all, it's me, your girl Jim Jones, over here trying to get some sip on. Welcome to our Daily Drip Show. I am your co-host Jim Jones. I am coming to y'all with a tech perspective from a female, and happy that y'all are dripping with us tonight. Along with me is my brother, Plain Dane. Give it up for the man with the plan. And he is on mute. He's the man that's on mute.
Okay, you guys
you
get
good.
me now?
Yeah, you're good now.
Perfect. Yes. It's your man, Plain Dane, coming at you guys with a male point of view. Quick background. I suck at this. I hate talking about myself, but here we go. 7 years of insurance, 15 years of education, and 45 years of just being a fantastic mammal. I'm here on this beautiful Friday. Shout out to everybody that's been reaching out today. Everyone was excited to see us today for some reason. So hello everybody. Thank you all for the continued DMs and support. And of course, we got our mans with the plans. Cassius, his name, aka Check Low, Check Mo. My dog.
What's going on? What's going on? I'm in the background. That's how I get down.
Yeah, so yeah, Cassius Bay will be hopping in. He is the producer. He keeps things rolling and going and popping in when he feels the need to say a few things. But that is us. That is the crew, our Daily Drip Show.
Yes.
Thank y'all for being here. While you're here, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. Send to 2 people you like and someone you don't. Very much appreciate you. Shout out to Chill Guy and Jessa. Shout out to y'all. Thank y'all for joining. Very much appreciate y'all being here. You're not
shout
subscribed.
Out to the homie.
You're not subscribed.
Do that.
Yeah, do that. And then it
somebody
also
called us 3 the smart way earlier. I thought that was dope. That hit me.
Oh,
3 the smart way. I like that. So shout out to you. I'm sorry if I can't remember your name, but that was a cool little situation.
Well, thank you. And if you're trying to catch us on some of the socials, check below. That's all our socials, and y'all can check us out there. Okay, so today, y'all, we have a great show. As y'all can see, what's in your cup? I'm drinking some sparkling water, and I'm giving myself some refills. This is where y'all caught me. Plain Dane, what you got in your cup before we get into the show?
I'm out here dry. My order for wine didn't show up on time. What? I didn't have it was bad today. It's been a rough week, y'all. It's been a rough week.
Drop some drip in the comments, y'all. What y'all sipping on? Let us know. Drop some drip in the comments. Are you having a rough week? Let us know. It's supposed to be the fire dragon year. So it's supposed to be a year rebirth and a whole lot going on. So that's the case. This week is aligned with that.
Somebody might have been telling me. Maybe I've been drinking too much. I don't know. Cash is pay. You sipping on anything?
What?
I'm drinking ginger water. That's what I'm drinking.
Ginger water.
Yeah, so I boil the water, right, with a large ginger root, and then I strain it all out, and then I chill it, and that's what I drink during these times, so I can get my inflammation in order. And I'm
about to say that's
people do water fast, etc. And it just if it's not a true water fast when you do that, but it's not like you're gonna get any
Shout out to Cash's Pay lymphatic system. He is getting it all the way together.
All right, y'all. So grab your coffee, tea, emotional support snack, because we got the updates for y'all. Speaking of updates, if you didn't get a chance to check out our live stream, we definitely streamed the State of the Union. If you didn't get a chance to check that out, please do. Drop some drip in the comments if you did check it out. We want to know, do you think that the State of the Union was big or bust? Y'all let us know what y'all think. Do you feel like it was long, or do you feel like there was enough to get through? Were there things that were missed or things that you were really looking forward to that he hit on? Drop some drip in the comments so we can circle back and comment on it.
Yes, please. Stand up if you enjoy our daily drip show and think that we have the most beautifulest host on the planet.
Aw, thank you so much. Okay, y'all. So
I love that part. I ain't gonna lie.
Let's get into our first topic. Now, it's been a while. We kind of talked about this before, but there was, I don't want to say an attack on Harvard, but kind of an attack on Harvard. So nothing starts a debate faster than 3 letters, y'all. What 3 letters y'all think I'm talking about? D.
I love you.
E. I. Nothing starts faster because Trump said no. So I'm gonna wrap this up because we can well, I guess I could watch it, but long story short, the administration said, listen, we ain't doing that DEI no more. And Harvard said, you're not gonna tell us what to do. And they said, but we are gonna tell you what to do because we're gonna cut funding. And Harvard said, we don't really care. They said, but you should care because then we could put, basically try to penalize you best we can. And Harvard said, no, how about we get mad at y'all, because if we want to have admissions the way we want to and have certain demographics, we're going to do what we want to do. So what they're saying now, and let me blow this up a little bit for y'all. It's not over. I feel like we talked about this, about 6 months ago?
Yeah.
It's been a while. But the government sued Harvard for withholding race-related admissions data due to the ruling of the Ivy League's affirmative action admissions policies that they were unconstitutional. Pam Bondi said Harvard has failed to disclose the data we need to ensure that its admissions are free of discrimination. We will continue to fight to put merit over DEI across America. Now, drop some drip in the comments. Do y'all think that having demographic options is not helpful for an educational department? Do you think that is discrimination? Let's get into that. Let's talk about it for a second before we move on, because we're going to stay on the topic of education for a minute. Do y'all think that having a policy similar to affirmative action is discriminatory to those who don't qualify?
I mean, I feel like it should always be a let the best man win type scenario. With all these racial quotas and all that stuff, it was doing a lot of us a disservice in the first place. You got people sitting in there because of what their nationality is and flunking out because they were just the right complexion for the connection at that moment. And it's like, that's over with. We not gonna, hey, I'm all for it. If they actually are able to get in where they fit in, then that's what we should be basing it on. Don't set people up for failure because you're trying to fill a racial quota. That's just kind of where I sit at with it.
It's interesting. So here's my thing. And there's been many stats on this that the majority, it's always when people say DEI, people typically think of, honestly, Black people. They usually they talk about Black people, but DEI actually spans across any protected class. So whether it's LGBTQ plus, it could be disability, it can be gender, it can be race, it can be no, I'm missing something else too that's like on the tip of my tongue that I'm missing. But there's
Did you say disability too?
Yes, I did. There are protected classes at the federal level, and
sexual orientation.
I said LGBTQ.
Okay.
Sexual orientation. But there are protected classes that you can go and say, "Hey, I've been discriminated against," and that's the level of what affirmative action is, to give those classes a fair shot in opportunity. So when people say DEI, they always think usually of Black people, but actually all of those classes fall into that space. So let's say you have 8 able-bodied people of all races, and you have one person who's disabled. Do you have that person would qualify as DEI, as affirmative action eligible, if to give an opportunity? Now that's like usually just to apply. Like they can't just like toss out eligible people. Like you still have to be, qualified.
Yeah.
Like I can't pull a janitor up and talk about he gonna do the CEO job. Like, you still gotta have but maybe you do. If he has the qualifications to do that, then yeah. But if he doesn't and everybody else in there looks like XYZ, he wouldn't be eligible to be in that space. So as we talk about affirmative action, the point in the school system of that is applicants, right? And so Pam Bonnie's like, listen, we think that y'all going around picking out certain groups, right? And then you're just letting them in, and we want to see who you letting in. And Harvard's like, no, we do what we want to do. And even if we want to add extra people in there, we're going to do it. So drop some drip in the comments. Do y'all think that that's wrong? Do y'all think that is discriminatory? Because if they did have a quota of, like, let's say they wanted 3 Asian people, 6 women, 12 disabled folks that would be in it, would that discriminate against the people who are not eligible to be in those classes, which is typically white men? They're the only ones who really could not qualify at a baseline for that. Really, honestly, they would have to be, disabled or something like that. But like just the core of you just being a white man, you not eligible to be DEI. Like I don't know how you would. I'm pretty sure.
You can be white and have a disability. You can be white.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Like, yeah, you can be.
No,
those are other.
I'm just providing what it is. That's still a protected class. So
correct.
You can be a white person and still have all of those things. So
correct. I'm just saying that
take away from coverage. So
correct. It does not take away from coverage. I'm just saying that you would still have to have the plus part of that, because you couldn't just be a white man. Like you just couldn't be a white man. Being a white man without those other factors, you are not in that group. That's all I'm saying. So
Joe
when they say, okay, Joe is vanilla in here. Shout out to Joe. Okay, I see you, Joe. Yeah. I wish I had like a thing that would be like.
He's like, actually, go ahead and just give him the OnlyFans wink. Go ahead.
Wow.
That good. I'm right there. Right, like that. That's what you do. Oh no!
Feel free to
this,
subscribe to the Super Fans Club, y'all. We ain't gonna post the link.
Shout out to Joe for being a loyal fan. Very much appreciate you being here. So, as we continue to talk about education, let's talk about 4,000 errors that's not curriculum.
Damn, you ain't even gonna let me get into none of the real.
Okay, go ahead. Look, listen, you say you in the background. Okay, so I don't know when you hopping in, when you not.
I'm just trying to provide some centered information. So, when it comes to like this in particular, we're talking about big money that was gone from Harvard, which kind of introduced big cuts. So, what are one of the places or one of the things, one of the subjects that Harvard's known for? You got MIT, who's known for technology, but you also have Harvard, who's known for engineering schools, right? The part of the engineering school. So about 40 employees were let go because of the budget cuts that were the ramification from this. That's 16% of the staff. So the staff union called this the largest cut at any Harvard school in decades. So that lets you know how much it was hurting. Technically, I mean, I know they got endowments that they can go in and reach in the pockets if they wanted to. But in the separate round, though, Harvard Technology Services cut 38 IT workers as part of a wider cost cutting. So it seems to be, the part for the course when it comes to some of this. So, when a university with about 50 billion plus endowment is cutting 16% of the staff in one school and dozens more in IT, regular people kind of have the right to ask if the problem is equity or is it just basic financial stewardship? Which one is it?
All I know is they had almost 50,000 applicants and admit 2,000 people. Is wow. Like,
where them tolls at?
I was ignoring that. So I know that Cassius Pay talks about those who work there, but looking at the applicants alone, this is published information for the class of 2029. Now, this is for the class of 2029, so it's for the future. That does not mean the people they have transferred. That does not mean the people that.
Zoom in some?
No, that's as far as it goes.
Oh, as far? Okay.
Yeah, I can try to. Maybe I can do that. Is that better?
Yeah, that's better. So we'll just do it like.
Because now it's gonna be too big.
That's what she said.
I was trying not to go there. I knew you. So 50,000.
That's what she said. She said.
Wow. Hey. They admit 2,000 applicants. Here is the geographical breakdown. Most of them are going to be from Mid-Atlantic and New England. Surprise, surprise. I'm actually surprised that this many people are from the South.
There's money in the South.
Well, I just would have thought they would have just taken more people from where they at. That's mainly why, not because of that. But most of them are majoring in social sciences, natural sciences, and engineering. Of course, because let's be real here, you major in these other things, it equals homeless. To be honest, like you're not gonna do that out in the world, more likely. Well, maybe if you go to Harvard, high chance. Let's look at the race and ethnicity, right? So 41% are Asian American. 11.5% African American or Black, 11% Latino or Hispanic, and Native American.
Your stat is going out.
Oh so. No, that's not good.
Yeah.
Okay, that matters.
With your internet, look at that. That's terrible.
My internet says it's good. I don't know why.
Man.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So.
Oh, you too.
Mine's is bad. It's too.
No, you good.
Yeah, he started. Okay. Maybe it's our platform.
Oh no, it's better now. You're in.
You know what I'm saying? It might be the platform itself.
He's like, he said, "I thought it was his. It's us."
Wow. No, I think it's the platform because there's it's not like we're all in the same spot. So,
I thought it was me.
So if you look at this, 41% of applicants are Asian American, who would in fact qualify for affirmative action or DEI because they are Asian.
Yep.
And so
they have a higher propensity to go to a school and be a doctor, lawyer.
We talked about the last live stream.
Mm-hmm. And so this actually shows that it had the opposite effect of what they intended. So for that community.
So 66%. So that means that 34% would be considered white or Caucasian. And probably 20 years ago, this would have been significantly less.
Definitely.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Definitely.
And, and then they talk about the budget, how much money they're giving out, financial aid, facts, free to attending tuition free, 45%. Attending for free, 26%.
Because a lot of them are going to be legacy, and legacy pays in the endowments anyway. So therefore, yes, you'll get a scholarship because your parents helped build a wing anyway.
Right.
Or your grandfather, great grandfather,
or uncle, or somebody. They cut a check.
Yeah. Also, that people get grants when you're going to Harvard. Chances are that you have other scholarships as well. They're going to take the best of the best. You're probably there because you've invented something. You maybe even have a patent before you graduate. From high school. It's stuff like that going on. So I can see a lot of people going to school tuition free, in a lot of cases.
Well, speaking of tuition free, one place that I don't know how many of them going tuition free might be Texas, because their school system is struggling in some of these curriculums. So let's take a look, find out what's going on there. See if I can make this bigger for y'all.
The Texas Education Agency is moving forward with fixes to thousands of mistakes found in a state-developed elementary school curriculum, according to the Texas Tribune. The state board has given initial approval to correct about 4,200 mistakes in Bluebonnet learning materials.
So I have an article I'll share too and talk a little further on it, but Bluebonnet is the Christian based curriculum. And so that's what they're talking about here, just to give you a little bit more context.
Some members say the mistakes raise concerns about how Texas reviews curriculum and what the fixes could cost taxpayers. State officials say costs will be calculated after a final vote later this week. Conroe, Santa Fe, New Caney, and Liberty ISDs are already using this curriculum. If the final vote passes, the agency says online materials could be updated within 30 days with printed books replaced soon after that.
All right. So that is the start. Let me share this article so that way we can look at it together and y'all can see it. But so in Texas, they've been trying to revamp their school system a little bit more as of lately. And so they do the Bible infused school. So this curriculum is approved for public schools. And then if you want to homeschool and stuff like that, you can do that as well. But what it does is it incorporates more religious teachings into the classroom. And so it was approved, right? And so the issue here is that the lawmakers, to sum this up, the lawmaker said, these issues will cause issues for the kids as far as them having like a fundamental grasp of things. And the people who made it said, nah, these are small things like typos and small things. And so the lawmakers are like, it doesn't matter how small you think these things are, it adds up. And especially 4,000 errors. I don't care if it's from the teacher's guide or if it's from inside the kids' textbooks, there are potential negative impacts to, whoever's using this curriculum. So drop some drip in the comments. Do y'all think that this is fairly being applied, the scrutiny, or do you think that because they decided to have a new curriculum that's religious based, that this has more strenuous oversight over it? I just want to know what y'all think on that.
I feel like it's a rush to judgment, even bringing it to the school district the way that they are, considering that it has its inaccuracies that's involved with it. I mean, it's education, for crying out loud. so
you saying it should have that level of typos to begin with? It should have never been implemented?
I mean, how are you going to prove something that for education that has typos?
That's what the lawmaker said.
Yeah, like it just doesn't make any sense. Like I'm about to teach the kids English, but yeah, we misspelling the out the gate. Like, come on now. Like I feel like it's almost sounds like a money grab. Like they see that there's a void in the school district because God has been removed for a while, as we know. They took prayer out. We used to do that, in the 80s and 90s. That was a thing in school.
Do kids still pledge allegiance in class? Were they doing that? Oh, no. Okay.
They stopped doing. Even when I was working, they weren't doing it anymore. That we didn't even notice it, but it was just one of those things that we just didn't do anymore in the classroom. Damn. It just stopped. You know what I'm saying? And a lot
that
of
might be one of our issues right there. That might
like
be one of them right there.
They got away from God. I mean, for a while they got away from God, and I think it's been a lot of conversation about it. And it just looked like somebody was like, "Oh, they letting God back in. Let's hurry up and throw something together. We got to get in on the God train. They about to bring it back." And it's like, come on now, let's do it the right way.
And he said, "What we gonna name it?" Well, I got this stick of butter. How about Bluebonnet?
Right, right. And Bluebonnet ain't even butter. It's margarine. That's a whole. See what I mean? Like typos, inaccuracies. Anyways, but that's the thing. I mean, they have Catholic schools. They got schools that's geared towards this type of learning. I don't think that forcing it into a public setting this fast makes sense. I mean, if the parents are okay with it down there, then that's fine. But at least make sure that it's accurate. Don't teach the kids wrong.
And that's what it's Tiffany Clark, who's a Democrat, basically said the same thing as you just said. But the Republican board chair is like, nah. Colin Dempsey is an education official, and they're just saying like some of these things, like, yeah, they're errors, but they're minimal. They said that 1,900 of the changes said that were made that are duplicate corrections in the teacher guide, student workbook, and other documents. They're saying they're like grammatical fixes. They're not factual errors. So what they're saying is, instead of it saying like, I don't know, maybe it has a picture of a cat and it's just missing the word cat. The cat should be
some
under
of
cat.
it is at the high level is what they were saying was that it was exclusionary of certain things that like race, like racial based things, history, how that's been going lately.
Right.
But it was around 4,200 corrections that need to be made, some of which were just suggestions. So, but there were 4 other curriculum publishers together there that only needed 16 corrections. So this means that Bluebonnet, gotta love that margin, accounts for more than 99% of the requested fixes in this review cycle. So that's why it's just real haphazard. So 1 in 4 school districts, are using at least some of Bluebonnet's reading materials already, covering about 400,000 students, with $60 per student as a state incentive attached.
Right.
So, yeah. My last part about this is that you really don't got to be anti-faith to say that, Bible infused program serving 400,000 kids needs 4,200 fixes while everybody else has 16. We owe our parents better quality than that.
That's it.
They paying for that.
That's it.
Yeah.
Tax dollars is at work, baby. Get it right. Get it right. And honestly, I feel like they should have kind of, walked it in. Let parents have their meetings about it, have conversation, open dialogue. And then if you want to opt your kid into this type of education, at least they could say, well, this is parental driven. We talk to them. They want this. It makes sense. You know what I mean? It just, like I said, it just sounds like it's not like a taxpayer cash grab, the way they rushing it in with it's just a few mistakes.
Somebody got it in and they just shoehorn it in.
Right.
Yeah. About to hit a lick.
That's why I'm saying millions. We talking millions. You know what I mean? Like, that's a lot of money. That's like when
$60 per kid. Come on now.
Yeah, that's like when Oprah's boyfriend wrote that book.
Who, Stedman?
Stedman had wrote a book. He went on a book tour, and was doing all of these appearances in different school districts. Like, and a part of his appearance was that you had to order so many books to get him there. You get what I'm saying? So I'm like,
why was he doing a book tour? What
because it's a possibility that Oprah could be somewhere, so everybody gonna want him there.
Exactly. He wrote a book. He wrote a children's book. I forget the name of it and everything, but he actually went on a whole book tour and he used school districts to do it, which I thought was kind of brilliant. Instant way to be a bestseller. I'm gonna hit all the school districts and they're gonna want to, you know, and with the possibility that my woman might show up.
There you go.
Oprah's boyfriend is on a book tour. You know what I mean? That alone is gonna draw attention.
It's weird.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
It's weird. That's weird.
I see what they was doing though with this. They saw that guy been missing. They're like, ooh, we got a void. Let's hurry up and let's rush it in. You know, let's trumpet, as I like to call it now. When you rush something in before people hurry up and try to stop you from doing it, we got a trumpet, y'all. So we go ahead and get this in before they say no. That's the way it felt. I don't know. Reading that article, I'm like, they could have waited. They could have walked that a little bit slower. Could have, you know, fine tooth comb it a little bit. It's education we talked about here.
I know that some of these states are doing the whole like redistribution of funding, where certain states are instead of giving it to the public school, you get X amount of dollars for your kid to go be homeschooled or go do this or whatever kind of school program you want to put them in, versus them going to the public school. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Texas is actually either doing it now or intend to do that, where they get the funds per kid. So I think that they probably try to implement this so then they can get ahead of being able to offer like a religious-based curriculum. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. There's
a lot going
Catholic
on.
School. It's called parochial school. Like this stuff already
they want them
exists.
to be home, but they want you at your house. They don't want you to come in. That's the difference. Don't call me. I'll call you. Don't call me.
But they just sweet. What they call those schools? Like, yeah. We have schools.
Jesuit school, yeah.
Yeah, like they have schools.
He said just sweet.
We always call
But
it just
everybody,
sweet.
well, hold on. That's like, I don't know if that's a Midwest thing. Everywhere does not have Jesuit schools. Like that's not like Catholic schools. Like I would say in the Midwest, there's a lot of parochial and Catholic schools, stuff like that. That's not like that everywhere. I don't think that they all have these high schools that offer like all boys schools and all girls schools and stuff like that. I think that might also be nuanced. Depending where you at.
It could be, but
I didn't visit. I'm like,
At this point, everybody got an online curriculum that you can tap into.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's gonna offer you this kind of education. I just feel like on a public side, we haven't seen this. So it's kind of still new. So I feel like they're taking full advantage of that, even when there's just a few mistakes. It's okay. Give me the 60 kid.
I think we ready for the new high school. You know what it's gonna be called?
What?
ICDC. ICDC high school. ICDC.
Speaking of putting guardrails, let's talk about President Trump telling Anthropic, well then F you big-headed, President Trump said, oh, you ain't gonna let me, I can't do, wait, you took me?
Oh, for real?
Then forget it then. You'll never do business in this city again. type of time. So this is his X post. I don't know how, it's probably super small, so let me blow that up for y'all. Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so this was today, and long story, he says the left-wing nut jobs at Anthropic have made a disastrous mistake by trying to strong arm. I refuse to call it Department of War. And force them to obey their terms of service against our Constitution. Their selfishness is putting American lives at risk, our troops in danger, and our national security in jeopardy. Now, here's my question on this one. You ain't never had the robots in the first place, so I'm trying to make it make sense on the putting them in danger. I mean, if they never made it, they would have still been in danger. So, I mean, like, we also arguing with something you never had. It'd be different if he was like, "Oh, try my robots, give me my robots back. You can't have them." Like that's different. That's different. If I gave you a bunch of prototypes, it was out there whooping butt, yeah, drop kicking all that stuff, and then all of a sudden I'd be like, yeah. So we learned all we needed for your stuff. We're gonna bring them back, and that's not how I understand that to be. But yeah, because of that, he said, nah, cease all use of their technology. He said, we don't need it, we don't want it, and will not do business with them again. This will be a 6-month phase out for agencies like this, agency like the Department of War, who are using Anthropic's products. I just can't take that. Like, then he tells them, you better get your act together and be helpful during this phase out period, or I will use the full power of presidency to make them comply.
We already know how that goes.
We will decide the fate of the country, not some out of control AI company run by people who have no idea what the real world is about.
It's about guns and butter.
So I don't know if we're gonna tell them they don't know what they're doing if they built the robots that's going, but okay.
They're not building the robots. However,
I'm just saying they have the actual technology. Yeah, I mean they have the technology, and for you to be like, you don't know what you're doing is
of a song by Devin the Dude.
Oh my gosh, it's not Devin.
I ain't gonna be able to say the whole thing.
That's up for show.
There you go.
Oh, you end up with no. Yeah, Anthropic. Anthropic smacking hands before they even touch the stove. That's what they basically was doing. It's gonna be hot over there, baby.
Well, you gotta set the precedent, right?
Yeah. Oh no. Early on, we listen. We gonna tell you how to use this because we already see where this can go. And no, ain't no T2000s on our watch. That's basically what they were saying. And Trump was like, wait a minute, we paying y'all to the tune of what? You gonna tell me what to do what after we done cut the check? Nah. Nino Brown, what he say? Cancel that. I'll buy another one. That's basically what he was saying.
Basically.
Like, I'm gonna find one that's gonna do what I wanted to do.
Good luck. Because I'm sure they got their tentacles already in your stuff. And you got to pull them on out.
They're already in there.
I don't know if 6 months is going to be enough time, but all right.
Issued an ultimatum threatening to end its partnership with the AI company Anthropic. The company, which makes the chatbot Claude, faces a 5 p.m. deadline to agree with the Pentagon's terms for using their technology. But Anthropic's CEO has drawn a hard line, saying he cannot in good conscience give into the Pentagon's demand and allow unrestricted use of its technology. Military officials warn that if the company does not comply, they run the risk of damaging their business. So for more on this, I want to bring in our senior White House correspondent, Selena Wen.
So before we get into that, because, we got to chop it up real quick. What they just said to me was, he said, I hear you. I want to do this in my nerdiest voice possible. Well, we're going to stand on business.
Standing on business.
We're gonna stand on business. Like, it's okay.
I ain't putting my foot down. I'm putting my proverbial foot down on this one.
I imagine that he sounds like Milhouse from The Simpsons, and that just made Trump even more mad that someone who sounds like Milhouse from The Simpsons told him no.
He was in there. He was acting like an alpha beta on Revenge of the Nerds. Geek.
Yeah, I would have been mad too. So it sounds like he was just like, no, I'm not gonna do that. Which, to be fair, before we get into this, if you are someone with a science certification, a science degree, or something in the science area, you're supposed to have a duty to have ethics and morality when you are creating, deploying, and reviewing the things that are made. And so I would support him in this, if considering I'm assuming that one of those 3 areas is what made him say no. And it is actually literally his duty to say no if that is the case. You are supposed to. I think a lot of people don't take that to heart, but that is how you protect humanity with science in a lot of ways.
Yeah. I mean, they're not a military outfit. I mean, that's the main thing. They're a software company, and I'm pretty sure when they woke up, they went like, how many people can we delete today? You know what I'm saying?
All of them.
But
like,
all of them.
All of them. That's Elon. Hit the button. No, I'm just kidding. Let me stop. I'm just kidding.
But the Pentagon awarded 4 AI companies contracts worth up to $200 million each, though. And or what they're trying to do is like they're trying to build an AI first military infrastructure. And Anthropic was
possibly
one of them, right?
Possibly.
So Trump
right? You don't know that for
has
sure.
now
right?
ordered the entire federal government to stop using Anthropic within 6 months after the company refused. So that's what's going on there. So the main part that people keep skipping over is the other part, which is domestic mass surveillance. That's the shit I'm not down for, right? Yeah. So domestic mass surveillance is the other part. Everybody want to talk about the autonomous weapons piece. That's the more sexy part. But domestic mass surveillance is the other piece. And under that was, that's the whole thing. So the real tension here is the Pentagon wants AI to be able to use for quote unquote all lawful purposes, including surveillance and autonomous weapons, while an AI firm like Anthropic is willing to walk away from 200 million. They don't need that 200 million. Not for.
I was gonna say that's. I mean,
right.
They said we
crossed the line about Americans, so that'll make people at some point, right? Because things swing and sway. You already know how it go. Boycott these mother lovers. That's the next thing.
Anthropic said we saw how Will Smith got handled in Enemy of the State. We're not about to we're not about to help contribute to that type of activity times 12. Because that's basically what's going to happen. I mean, it's going to be a more elite situation of being able to watch citizens. We know this. So, I mean, guardrails should be up. I mean, it should be a discussion. It should be voted on. The American people should kind of sort of have a say in that, I believe. But outside of that, there's some cool stuff that can happen with the military as well as a result of this. So, come see, come side, but it needs to be controlled to a degree, because all we need is somebody in there to be pissed off at a girlfriend or something because she didn't found the new guy, and
right, not a robot showing up at the house,
right? Talking about
what I'm saying, dead or alive, you're coming with me, that right. Kind of shit. Ain't nobody else
delivery. Like what? We didn't order nothing. Yeah, some of that.
Murphy
nerds.
Let me get to some of these comments. I forgot. So to answer Joe, it said, does it include like Harvard Business School online courses or just person on campus? I'm not sure, but I would assume, going back to the Harvard conversation, that the DEI would apply to everybody because it would be anybody who applies. So I think that is probably everything, but I would have to double check that.
I don't know how that affects online though. I feel like anybody can go online. It's actual attendance, I think.
I mean, you still got to get accepted. They would say you're supposed to reject them, but I guess that's what they would say, right?
Like, online is kind of like
that 41%. That 41% too high.
Yeah, that's muddled waters.
Joe said they like Montessori schools. A lot of some other places do like Montessori schools, and those do qualify for that money
kind of school
that you were talking about. And then you said you had a co-pilot bot. You made it lie to you this week. Then it covered it up like it didn't know what it asked. So
he didn't make it lie. He said that the co-pilot bot that he did make lied to him.
Oh, lied to you this week, and then it tried to cover it up like, so it was a child.
Mm-hmm. No, it was a woman.
Ooh.
More like a man. Maybe it's not what it looked like. It wasn't me. Y'all made a whole song about you be sitting there with booty cheeks in both hands and be like, I don't know how this got here.
We might even acknowledge it a little bit. The woman gonna talk around it and flip it. So Joe, you the reason. Like, wait a minute, what that got to do with you?
Now they might do that. They gonna blame you, but y'all be sitting there with booty cheeks in both hands and be like, I'm Casper. Woo, I'm not here, baby. It's not even me. I'm just woo.
Oh yeah, we turned into Shaggy.
This
cheeks is attached to legs that walk to me. I didn't call for it.
See, that's you know what? That's what I'm talking about. Speaking of legs, speaking of I don't even know how I'm gonna transition to this legs part. We talking about the cartels.
Oh.
That's where we going with this. We going with that. So
here you go.
Oh man. Man.
Wanted cartel leader has been killed by Mexican authorities. We're talking about El Mencho. He's the head of the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, or CJNG. That was formed back in 2009 and prolific in moving fentanyl into the United States.
Okay, so hold on, because we're gonna
shout out to her, man, because she I hope she got hazard pay right now.
Man.
But he's
journalists pay me to go across there right now.
She a real one. She probably right over the line, like right there. She just hop right over back. So
like
as you remember,
no show.
President Trump had ran on the fentanyl crisis being a high issue. President Biden also said it was a high issue as well. And most of the fentanyl pointing of the main culprit was pointed at Mexico. So keep that in mind as we continue to watch this video.
As well as dropping bombs on rival cartels and things like that. They're known as one of the deadliest, most dangerous gangs in Mexico. Now, this leader here, he had a $15 million bounty on his head from the United States, who did provide some intelligence, according to the White House, when it came to going.
Look how, y'all see how close this was to that wall? She right there. Sis right there. That's the wall right there. She right over it.
Okay. Well, that looks like she might be on the Texas side now. She ain't. She got as close as she needed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They got their footage. Got back.
Got the hell up out of there.
She was like that. You got it. You got the shot. All right, come on. Let's go back over. They about to burn Costco's.
Ultimately, a love interest that essentially led officials to where he was hiding out, and that's how they ended up capturing him. He was hiding out, and that's how
y'all hear how you got caught.
Actually led officials to where actually led officials
every time.
To led officials
Helen
in the
of
United
Troy.
States, who did provide some intelligence, according to the White House, when it came to going after El Mencho. But it was ultimately a love interest that essentially led officials to where he was hiding out, and that's how they ended up capturing him. Well, they captured him, and he actually died when he was being transported. Now, you'll remember CJNG, they are the cartel who earlier this month actually ordered its members to shoot across the border at Border Patrol in hopes of potentially putting heat on its rival cartel, Sinaloa.
Okay. This is tinfoil Kufion.
All I'm saying is...
he died in custody, supposedly.
At least she was willing to say it.
Yeah.
At least she was willing to say it. But my man's got caught by trying to get some cat. That's how
what Mob Deep say?
Done by El Mancho.
Yeah. Back in the day, Mob Deep said, your shorty set you up, you better dead her.
Yeah, like that's crazy. So
how you got 15 mil on your head?
You
got a successful cartel, and you fall behind some cat.
That cartel was worth 50 billion.
Right.
Billion.
And you let some little twat get you up out of here.
Yep.
Raise. He on his way over there. She texting Trump talking about some. He's almost here. He's here now. He just pulled up. Like, you texting Trump.
Yeah, I mean, but in this case, we should probably be following the money, because all of these Mexican cartels, they probably pull in tens of billions of dollars annually from drugs. The other thing was fuel theft. That's the main thing that a lot of people don't know about. Fuel theft, human smuggling, and extortion. So the fuel theft alone produced more than 12,000 illegal pipeline taps in a single year. So who you actually impacting there? Follow the money.
Right. Not to mention who El Mancho was really cool with too. I'll let you play this, but we'll tap into that. It's a whole thing. It's the reason why people was on his A so hard. I'm gonna put it that way.
I mean, this video is gonna tell you a little bit about how powerful are Mexico's cartels. So that's the point of this. Just so people get context. Like, people talk about cartels and they're like, oh, well, it's just people who sell drugs. What? Listen, this is
they had avocados in the head like a little while ago. It's like, it don't matter what it is.
And him and Maduro was like this. Him and Muncho. That was his homie. So yeah.
Okay.
Powerful are
Tinfoil
Mexico's
plot
cartels,
thickens.
and how far does their influence really reach? To understand that, you have to look at what happened under one man's leadership. It all began here in the Mexican state of Jalisco. Nemesio Oseguera Cervantes, better known as El Mencho, founded the Jalisco New Generation cartel here
Say that,
in
El Mencho.
2009. According to the DEA, El Mencho's cartel originated as a local armed wing tied to the powerful Sinaloa cartel, which is based here in.
Okay. So she's showing you the map. Talk about Jalisco down here, and now she's talking about Sinaloa up here, I believe, is what she's talking about now.
Yes.
And then keep in mind, California, like right there, this is Texas right here. That's Texas, y'all. This
Yeah,
Texas.
Baja California is right over there on the other
It's
side.
right there.
That's right
Man.
there. She dragged that finger up a little bit more. We in LA County.
Yep.
Well, you in was it San not San Jose, that's too far up.
Not San Bernardino. You got to look
San
out.
Diego.
Andres.
That's what I meant.
San Diego.
Like San Diego. Yeah, it's right over there.
Was led by Joaquin El Chapo Guzman, now serving a life sentence in the U.S. At first, El Mencho was given the task of protecting Sinaloa's areas of influence in Jalisco. But it didn't stay that way for long. From here, the cartel expanded outward and has penetrated at least 27 Mexican states, including much of central Mexico. And according to U.S. officials, the Jalisco New Generation cartel last summer formed an alliance with the Chapitos branch of the Sinaloa cartel, making it the most powerful cartel in Mexico. And here on Mexico's eastern coast, El Cartel del Golfo, or Gulf Cartel, dominates the area. Strategic territory, since whoever controls the
beef on one
ports
side.
controls the majority.
Okay, so she just talked about there's two cartels just off top right here. The guy they just had a bounty on that passed away, he was started off here, making my way down south, walking fast. Yeah, that's what he was doing. All this down here, he did that right there. Then there's another cartel that's taking over where the water comes in, that she said, with the ports. So obviously that's gonna have beef right there, because you are manning a part where we could be making money, right? And that's right there at the bottom of where Texas is at too. So that's just two. She ain't saying nothing about nobody up here, and she ain't saying nothing about nobody down here yet. So we're gonna keep it moving.
Yeah, most of that circle. Probably.
He did. He had most of this. He had most of all of that down here. Yeah.
Out of the country. How have they been able to keep growing? For decades, Mexico's leadership has tried various tactics to stamp out cartel control. But like we saw over the weekend here in Jalisco, military-style operations have backfired, turning deadly not only for cartels, but for locals caught in the crossfire.
That's horrible.
Historically, these groups have been embedded and have had close relationships with police, local authorities, and officials. So experts say anti-corruption policies may be the most effective way to counter that influence.
Did y'all catch that?
I caught everything. I'm sorry.
I mean, he said, "Say that, girl. Say that, Sinaloa.
Say that, Sinaloa. Fede Wap."
The most effective way to counter that influence.
How powerful are Mexicans?
Was to basically be like they do.
This is my guerrilla warfare. There's no way. There's no way. But you know, like the U.S. deploying multiple carrier groups and surveillance aircraft, thousands of troops around Iran in a posture.
Are we getting to them next? You just hold.
Yeah, I'm just saying that with that piece, though, right? You got all those pre-strike buildups, but you got border communities now that deal with the cartel-driven violence and the fentanyl deaths. 10,000s are dying, you know, annually and nationally. So that we'll call it disruption may have, it might be a FAFO in a situation, but you know, his cartel alone, like they was running around with like a military outfit, They had RPGs.
Yeah.
They had everything.
Yeah.
There was your live and color Call of Duty outfit. That's what they had going.
Right. And literally, as soon as they put the bag on homie head and somebody went and collected it, you got all of they versions of the YNs running from airports to gas stations. They said, we gonna burn this mother down and make a statement. That's what that was.
I mean, yeah, that's their leader.
Yeah.
Well, that's you have to overly show. But the fact is that, you know, if cartels are running the economy the size of a small country right next door, and we're pouring billions into a force for buildups near Iran, the question isn't left to right at this point that we're talking about. Is whether those dollars actually make Americans safer at home right now.
Yeah.
That's the real question.
Well, Netflix crime documentaries are starting to look like news previews at this point.
No segue for that?
No, I'm just saying they are starting to look like Netflix doc, like it's getting out of control. Okay, so listen, y'all. We're gonna hit our last heavy part of war type of stuff. Let's talk about Iran, y'all. You know, touch on Iran. Iran will eventually be, I think, more of something we talk about. But first, let's talk about how we get here. How we get with beefing with Iran. I think a lot of people aren't aware of how we beefing with Iran. I would say, especially the younger generation. So let's take a gander.
Significant source of resentment for Iranians. In the early 1950s, a struggle for control of the Iranian government developed between the Shah, Mohammad Reza Shah Pahlavi, and Mohammad Mossadegh, an Iranian nationalist. In March 1951, Mossadegh secured passage of a bill in the Iranian parliament to nationalize the vast British petroleum interests in Iran. Mossadegh's power grew rapidly, and Mohammad Reza was forced to appoint Mossadegh premier. A 2-year period of tension and conflict followed. In August 1953, the Shah tried and failed to dismiss Mossadegh, and after riots broke out, fled the country.
So the one thing both of these have in common, we talking about oil.
Look at
Sound
you
familiar?
connecting the dots. I'm proud.
Sound familiar?
Look at
Iran, Venezuela, Mexico. Do with that as y'all will.
The dots are connected.
Several days later, however, Mossadegh's opponents, with the covert support and assistance of the United States,
and here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go. Couldn't be more than 2 seconds.
CIA and the United Kingdom MI6 restored Mohammad Reza to power through a coup. This coup reinstated the Shah, Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, as a monarch and led to his authoritarian rule, which lasted until 1979. Next, there was the 1979 Iranian Revolution. The revolution led to the establishment of an Islamic republic under the leadership of Ayatollah Khomeini. This marked a major ideological shift and a break from the pro-Western stance of the Shah. During this time, there was a hostage crisis in the U.S. Embassy of Tehran, in which...
Okay. I'll see this right here. So let's sum up what just happened. Homie was over Iran, had to promote other homie over here because they was making money. And eventually they were like, well, since we care about what he talking about, you can get out of here. So he leaves. US and UK said, no, you're not. You gonna pull, you going back in there. Like a boxer in a fight. You going back in there.
So you can do it, Rock.
Yeah.
Right.
I threw him back in there. Okay?
Get back in there.
You son of a bitch, because Mickey loves you. Right? We got to get this money, brother.
Threw it back in there, right? And then as soon as there was a chance that basically Islamic Republic, so religion kind of powered this through to make regime change. If you think about it, like religion does a lot of things for folks, right? And making change and rebirthing is one of those things. And so sounds like when that perspective came, they said, we don't want the folks in our business. If you can make that happen, let's go. And so he said, not only can I make it happen, they gotta get up out of here. So I think this is what he talking about. He about to get the West up out of there.
52 Americans were held for 444 days,
that's over a
which
year.
symbolized the deepening rift between the two countries. Then there's the United States' support for Israel, not only now, but in the past. The United States has consistently supported Israel, which is seen as an enemy by Iran. Iran's anti-Israel stance and support for Palestinian groups like Hamas and Hezbollah contribute to their adversarial relationship with the U.S.
Now, look at this visual, y'all. There's a lot of, stand with Israel, stand with Hamas. Well, can't serve two masters. And on top of the fact that you really don't mess with them like that, and they don't mess with you like that. So we're seeing where alliances are.
Stand back. That's where I'm at.
I didn't say it was right or wrong. I'm just,
Well, I mean, we can be free thinkers here in this particular space. It's not, to me, it's not even a political thing anymore. Like I'm on the line of just letting people do whatever they gonna do. If we're gonna talk about America first activities, then we can truly be.
Oh, we want to get into the big conversation about how we big brother the little brother, and we talked about this before. Israel, the little brother that's going around trying to uppercut everybody, and they're like, just wait till I tell. What was the Friday reference? Baby D, she gonna come you up. The U.S. Baby D.
That's the thing.
U.S. Baby D and that crazy chick who was keying the car. That's Israel.
Right. No, actually, really, it's like we Don Corleone and Israel is the Undertaker, that because you rolling with us, they fear you type deal. But you really not as powerful unless we stay in pocket with you.
Man, I don't make sure
we stick our beak in everything just to make sure we get what we need to get out of it, and that's all it is.
That Friday reference is actually pretty spot on.
Oh no, I'm just thinking
Hamas is really Day Day. That's not my baby. That's my baby over there. Talk about the land. Talk about the land. They're like, oh, this right here, I'm gonna blow this up over here. And they're like, no, and then you come up, I'm gonna spray you. Man, you have not seen, what is that? Is that Friday After Next? Yeah. It's Friday After Next, right? Yeah, that's a pretty decent reference. And we Baby D. The U.S. is Baby D. Baby D ain't got nothing to do with none of that. Got nothing to do with that.
All right.
Also, the other part,
I agree with you.
Other part of it too, though, is Iran feel like we've been here. When they like, where did Israel come from? It's that whole conversation too.
Yeah, the thing is, in this situation, though, as we bring it back to this, it makes sense that when we talk about support for Israel, like even if they didn't really care about what beef Israel had with Iran, they still don't mess with Iran because they don't think they forgot about what Iran did with they people holding up for 444 days. U.S. still ain't gonna forget about that.
Oh yeah,
like, we still.
But it's just like Iran, like we goods back 2,000 years. Israel, like. We've been here. They like, y'all ain't even celebrate 100 years yet.
It's definitely a fight over. It's definitely a fight over land, spirituality, all of those things. Which I would love to know if anybody's from Iran, like I'll be curious to know though. Iran went to an Islamic Republic. How did that impact the whole beef with Israel? Because they were not an Islamic Republic before this, so I'm just I got to do some research on that. But now that like actually think about that.
This whole diagram is waking up a lot of thoughts and stuff I want to look into.
This is cool. So shout out to the creator on this.
Yeah,
I went to college with somebody from Lebanon who was going through a similar type of ordeal back in the day. So, I mean, this is very familiar with. Just the uneasiness in the region. So, yeah.
Oh no, I messed that up. Sorry, y'all. I messed that up.
How much of this you rolling?
Republic under the leadership.
Right. Okay, that's probably We talk about the nuclear program that may or may not exist.
So, well, there's different parts of it. So we can go to the recent events. That's
executive order banning nationals from 7 Muslim majority nations, including Iran, from entering the U.S. for 90 days. Iran calls the ban an obvious insult to the Islamic world and responds by conducting a ballistic missile test. The back and forth marks the sudden escalation in tensions between the two countries, raising concerns about the future of the Iran nuclear deal. In 2018, Trump fulfilled a campaign promise and announced he was withdrawing the U.S. from the Iran nuclear deal, which he viewed as one-sided. He also placed new sanctions on the regime. Critics were concerned that this would cause Iran to restart its atomic program and set the stage for more conflict in the Middle East.
So I will stop it there. But just to give a little bit of context, we can come back to this again at a later date. But this right here tells you this is in reference to 2018, right? Is that what he said too? It's 2018. Ooh, make sure that's what he said. But in the recent term,
a week after his inauguration, President Donald Trump.
But in his recent term, he said, nah, he wasn't.
Now, let's fast forward to more recent events. A week after his inauguration, President Donald Trump signed an executive order banning nationals from 7 Muslim majority nations, including Iran, from entering the U.S. for 90 days. Iran calls the ban an obvious insult to the Islamic world and responds by conducting a ballistic missile test. The back and forth marks the sudden escalation in tensions between the two countries, raising concerns about the future of the Iran nuclear deal. In 2018, Trump fulfilled a campaign promise and announced he was withdrawing the U.S. from the Iran nuclear deal, which he viewed as one-sided. He also placed new sanctions on the regime. Critics were concerned that this would cause Iran to restart its atomic program and set the stage for more conflict in the Middle East.
Yes, from the first term. So then when he came back in, just keep in mind too, like if I'm around Iran, I already know you about to be on some stuff and not like us because you didn't like us the first time at that point. And if your perspective of us is this, then I'm already coming in defensive. So there's a lot. We'll keep this close. I think that
make sure you put the link to this particular
in the notes. Okay,
in the show notes. It's very informative.
I was gonna say, please, because I'm watching this. I'm probably gonna watch this whole thing before I lay it down. It's very interesting.
I thought it was cool. I loved watching the YouTubes where people draw everything out, because the visual and you being able to follow it is super duper helpful. But to give a little context for me before I go before we go to our next topic, my part, and I'll pass to y'all, is we can very well, have things that we don't like about another country, right? We could very well not agree with some of the things that they do. However, I had to agree with Cash's pay. I can't get that we just back Israel because of Israel. However, in this instance, I think it's backing Israel, but it's paired with the fact that they are the government already doesn't like Iran in itself. And so I would hope that our government is doing their due diligence to not try to bully them, I guess you would say, and to make sure that as we are addressing these things that we're coming in to try to make sure that we can coexist, because this whole world needs to coexist because technology is indiscriminate. Somebody anywhere could be the next genius to make the next thing. And that's all I got to say on that one.
Yeah, I can dive deep on this one. I've had a total disdain for how we back, I've never hidden that, but at the end of the day, if we just we speak this America first thing, we really need to live that, because like I said, we got our face and hands are in way too many conflicts that really don't have nothing to do with us. And it's always about our relationships and our friends. Your friends will get you effed up in a lot of different ways. And, that's something me and Cassius Faye have spoken about years. That's kind of why we are like the last of the 50 people that we've known growing up.
You still gonna do it like that. I'm just,
being honest.
Yeah, you were.
Them bad relationships is what keep people in issues. I mean, we need to be feathering our own nest anyways. I've never understood this whole, unbridled loyalty to certain countries. I could never understand it. Should be the other way around.
From my perspective, I'm just being extra pragmatic about it. To me, America first equals America's purse. And that needs to close up right now. We are not in a particular space to have the lack of financial discipline. And a lot of that is being hemorrhaged by, all of these undue places in the name of war. I guess we used to be the Department of Defense. So, so that we're warring all over the place is particularly it's illmatic, not pragmatic.
Right. And granted, if we the ones that benefit from it on a personal level, which that's kind of what the issue is. Usually if you want to go to war, it's because you own the the manufacturing company that makes M16s. I'm the one that pushed the button and decide on the war, make the strategies, and Jim Jones is the one who makes the bullets. So of course all three of us want the war to happen. You know what I mean? Because our children's children is gonna be good. But if we really on some America's first, we kind of our coffers are full. We could get no more richer than we already are. Let's stay our asses home and out of other people's business. Let them fight it out, and whoever wins, we can have a conversation about it. That's where I'm at.
Speaking of conversation, breaking news, context still matters. I don't care that, we want to have all this empathy in some ways, but we also have to have some couth. So we're going to go ahead and get into rewind and rethink. How many of y'all caught that BAFTA?
Didn't catch it.
So if you lived under a rock, there was a person in the audience. I was trying to think, I was going to say stands because I'm so used to sports. Person in the audience who said some things that were not the best.
Same thing over and over.
About two people up there, and they happen to have Tourette's, and there's been a lot of outrage. So let's talk about that for a second. Talk about Tourette's and what having couth about things that happen on a public stage and what we should think about those things.
Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo walk on stage to present an award at the British version of the Oscars.
Good evening.
Then, out of nowhere, someone in the audience starts shouting obscenities, including the N-word. Both actors are taken aback.
We're here to...
So who would be so offensive? The foul-mouthed insults came from this man, John Davidson.
So he has Tourette's. He was in the audience, and yeah, so I don't believe when they aired it that they cut it out either. I think the words actually came through. They covered it up here, but I don't think that they did when they aired this.
Suffers from Tourette's syndrome, a neurological condition that causes involuntary motor and verbal tics. Davidson is the inspiration for the critically acclaimed movie I Swear. The film's star Robert Aramayo beat out Timothée Chalamet and Leonardo DiCaprio to win the Best Actor BAFTA.
Robert Aramayo.
So let's not get too deep into that. Let's talk about, I don't want to say just disabilities, but let's talk about couth in itself. And to give updates afterwards, he's like, hey, I have Tourette's. I didn't mean it that way. That's, it's just, I am unable to control the things that I say. Sometimes the things that I do, right? From the Tourette's, impact. And a lot of people are still mad about it. And they're like, no. And then some other people are saying, have some empathy. Plain Dame, do you want to talk about it, or do you want me to show do you want to talk about it and I show that other video after that? Is he stuck? I think he might be. I think he's stuck. I think he's stuck. I'm like, why is his face just stuck there like that?
So
out of it. So I'll go to the other video for now until we can get Plain Dame together on that. Okay. So let me go ahead and share. So this video is someone who has Tourette's, and it's a girl. I don't really know a whole lot about her, but she's gonna show you some of her tics and play a little bit of that.
What the fuck? I have Tourette syndrome, and people want to know, are there medications for Tourette syndrome? Well, the answer to this is Strongeo. Hello. Are in fact medications for Tourette's and tics. The ones that I'm on specifically, please, Speed, I need this. My mom's kind of homeless. Is Abilify, aripiprazole, and guanfacine. I used to be on clonidine.
So there are medications for Tourette's, but as you can see, it's very much involuntary. I'm not gonna play the super ton of her video, but it's very much involuntary. And so what he's saying happened, right, is that just how she was expressive, just like she was expressive, you know, and having things that maybe she's thinking about. I'm not sure how that works, but something similar to that. Shout out to Farley. Yeah, so I agree with you there. My issue is that you can't really use words that you don't really know. And not only did he use the word, but he used it in like the context of who Black people. There wasn't. It would have been different
until it was quiet. I mean, that's.
I mean, but even like if it would have been like two non-Black people and he would have said that, then I could be like, oh, okay, like because it's just like anything, right? But the fact that they both walked all the way, yes, agreed. And he yelled it super loud. She was not that loud, right? But she's talking in normal voice because she's talking to you. And, you know, that's what's coming out as she's talking to you. But yeah, like for him to be so loud and context, right? Like I said, if it was two people who weren't Black, okay, but for some reason you associate that at some point. So I would love to know anybody who is in the comments. Do y'all know someone who has Tourette's? Do y'all have Tourette's? Have you seen things in your experience that
he's back?
Like it just there.
With his black hands.
Oh, don't let that guy be in the stands. Right. Sorry, know what he gonna say.
Loser.
Right. No, he ain't gonna say that.
Loser. No, jumping back in, I will say this. I thought that it was kind of interesting that even, you know, the BAFTAs was filmed live, right? Mm-hmm. What was the intelligence behind still allowing, of all the stuff that you could have blurred out, cut out, why did we insist on leaving that in for everybody else to hear after the recording?
I'm sure the other things were skipped, cut,
right,
and burned.
So your issue is with the production company.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody thought that shit was funny. That's how I view it.
What they did was they basically wanted to play in our face and play on our emotions to get us talking about BAFTA. Because why the hell else would we be talking about the BAFTAs? It's not necessarily a conversation amongst our peer group. I don't recall the last time I'd be like, hey, did you catch the BAFTAs? We don't watch that. But they knew that it was going to give the shock and awe that they were looking for as far as wanting to have some attention. You know what I'm saying? And we didn't, I mean, outside of that being said, I don't think that the BAFTAs would have been a conversation. Just like the Oscars is never really a conversation.
Mm-hmm. Not somebody gets slapped.
Unless somebody
got slapped.
Yeah. Nobody gave a damn because what was the pull in? What was going to have you like, man, did you see what happened? They're using us and emotional reactions to basically garner attention, which I think is sick at this point. Because any other slur that would have got uttered, trust me, it would have never saw the light of day.
especially a certain kind of group that you can't say nothing about them.
Exactly. That was the first. That was my first reaction.
So
this is a good comment right
Farley
here.
has some good commentary that I want you to read out if you can.
Yeah, it would have to be the type as in regards to Tourette syndrome. Correct me if I'm wrong, Farley, where he is constantly yelling things aloud. If he doesn't have a history of it, then it's quite sus.
Right.
All of a sudden, you can sit through a movie and not say nothing, but all of a sudden, you just see two black people come up and you just gotta, you know,
because we know what he said. We know what he's saying at home in conversation. A
well,
lot
who's
of
around him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So with Tourette syndrome, a lot of times they absorb the negatives of what's around them and it gets embedded into their condition because it seems like if it's a negative, you know, it's almost in them to utter it, right? Why wait until it gets dead quiet in the room and they start talking for you to shout that out of all the words? There was no tick involved from what I saw or heard. It wasn't Igor. You know what I mean? It wasn't nothing like that. It was clear, plain as day. That's what God said, and everybody was like, "Pearl clutch."
Like, okay. And then they tried to power through and everything. They're looking like what?
Yeah,
And that wasn't the only time. It was damn near every time somebody black was on stage.
Oh, he did it more than once.
Yes, he did it more than once. Yeah.
But you see what I mean?
Only reports I found was that one.
No,
we
that's
only
because
heard about that one.
Them two was up there. It was a woman that he called. Same thing.
So why wasn't he removed or put somewhere else?
Not Joe coming in with that. He said it's like when somebody's phone autocorrects to the N word. It's doing that because you use that word in text.
Things that make you go.
Hardy are.
It's like, no, I was talking about Pooh Bear and Tigger.
Things that make you go.
Things that I was talking about. I was talking about Tigger. I was talking about, the basement, Big Tigger.
But keep in mind,
Pooh
Jim.
Bear. I wasn't talking about none of that. Like what?
But keep in mind, Jim. I didn't even. I myself, when I first heard about it, I'm known to try to dig into something if it piques my interest. I even know dude has said it more than once, but they made sure we know. They made sure that we knew when he said it at a very polarizing moment, didn't they?
So
that was it, man. I feel like they using us for they wanted what we're doing right now to happen. They wanted to be conversational.
Well, speaking of conversation, let's go ahead and talk about Tinder. They give a good hot take, and then I'm gonna bring up an article to support something that they happen to have a hot take for.
I think these younger kids today, it's like it's harder to stand out, and so finding different ways for them to not go to the same like LinkedIn or the same website as everyone else.
I don't know if Tinder put in a feature that helped that and prevented or at least provided a little bit of safety or boundaries.
So it's not some guy going, meet me in a hotel and that's our interview.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I don't know. It just feels creepy to me.
Feels creepy? I don't know. I feel like you do you.
Yeah, whatever
Be
works.
safe. Make sure you wear a tracker.
Okay. So, ironically, an article came out about a millennial manager who used Tinder to job hunt, y'all.
This already sounds problematic. This is damn near hoeing.
She says getting a job on the dating app was easier than finding love.
It'd be twice as 100 times as hard if it was a dude trying to do this.
Long story short, she was able to get some interviews by going on Tinder and talking to them. And do y'all think that repurposing the social media apps to be able to apply that
to ourselves right now about what the hell was that?
Are you saying that she popped it, she busted wide open, and then all of a sudden it was like, girl, I got a job for you. I got a job for you, girl. Got one.
But the thing is that on the back end, you say this all the time. You don't have to do X, Y, Z She over here saying all that. You don't have to do it. So she wafting that stank thing around, and everybody, looking like Pepe Le Pew, acting like they're gonna be able to get some of this. And yeah, we got a job. Yeah, we got a job for you.
Straight light. Why? Let me swipe right on this beluga whale of a dude that just so happened to be a recruiter.
Mm-hmm. Or owns a company. Like, come on, man. This is totally problematic.
Y'all sound mad at me.
This is the ultimate DEI. This is the ultimate form of DEI.
I'm just reporting
PEI.
PEIN. That's it.
Listen. What Lil C say on the one song? I told you before when I first pursued, I want an interlude in the nude. Yeah, she was on her knees like, why while I'm down here.
Okay, but I'm only going to step in just because we do not allegedly, okay, for any of that.
I'm like,
we're talking in generalities.
That's what I'm saying.
Allegedly,
all I'm saying is
allegedly.
My question, drop some drip in the comments. Do y'all think that the way, like the purpose of a social media app obviously can evolve? Could, hear me out, could LinkedIn be a place that you actually find your soulmate? Could Instagram be a place that you highlight your resume next to that booty? But your resume is here and that bikini picture is right there, right? And could some of these social media apps be repurposed? Like, this opens up that conversation. Drop some drip in the comments. Let me know.
No, this lets you know that the economy for real is bad. That's really
down
what
bad.
this is.
Right.
This is a really bad situation where people are reusing. Now people gonna be having booty pics on LinkedIn. They probably already do. It's just not on my feed.
They kind of already showing a little cleavage.
This is a bunch of LinkedIn is getting too weird for me, but
it's a social media app now. Honestly, right? I don't care about your birthday. I want to know what's your experience.
Right.
I don't give a damn about your vacation. Can you do this job that I'm thinking about hiring your A to do? That's what I want to know. I don't want to know about that moment in Morocco. Why are you posting these pictures? Show me doing
on
the
LinkedIn.
On LinkedIn.
Well, look, love may be temporary, but connections are forever, y'all. I'm just saying.
Says the man that didn't wear a condom. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Okay, well, it turns out that humans and lab mice might have more in common than you'd probably think. Would you like to hear more about that?
And hamsters.
In current state, I want y'all to think about this and what you just said about the economy being down bad, society being down bad. Watch this video.
The mouse paradise, a scientific experiment from the 1960s. They made the perfect world for mice with unlimited food, safety, and no predators. In the beginning, they placed 4 females and 4 males and let them multiply. The population exploded, hundreds, then thousands. Then something strange happened. They stopped mating. And within 4 years, they were extinct. But why? According to...
Okay. Before we get to what happened,
before we get that, you gotta read this one out. All right, I'm feeling that, but that's a good one.
Going to start at OnlyFans, but call it Only Jobs.
Only Jobs. That's what they do.
The only job I got for you is for you to, yeah.
Lawsuit.
Maybe on something.
Right. Me too.
So before
that's it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to start a Me 3 for that one because I need in. Me 3.
Wow. Okay, going back to this video. Drop some drip in the comments. Let me know, and I'm gonna ask y'all too. What do you think happened? Why did they start to decline in population? Why do y'all think? They had everything they needed, and then all of a sudden they're extinct after a shorter period of time.
Ego.
Okay, what do you think?
Are you talking about me?
Yeah. Drop some drip in the comments, y'all.
When there's no need for when scarcity declines, you're thinking about yourself. You're not thinking about working as a group, as a community to get something involved, and that leads to I, me, mine, as Plain Dame says sometimes.
Here you go.
Okay. All right. Let's hit play.
The Beatles wrote a song about it.
Let's see. Let's see if what happened.
To scientists, the reason was social interaction overload. Just like humans on social media today. They were in 24/7 interaction with thousands of others. Too much stimulation, too much competition for social status, and this led them to lose the ability to form bonds, to mate and raise their young. Many males became so-called the beautiful ones. They lost interest in females. They just groomed themselves all day and
Okay. I want y'all to think about a certain subset of very sexually frustrated people. Okay. And you tell me if you think this applies to them.
withdrew completely because they could not compete in this chaos anymore. And the females followed by losing interest in males. So no mating, and they all just died without having babies. Since 2010 smartphones.
Parallel sound familiar?
Humans are living the same social interaction overload, 24/7 status competition, income and lifestyle comparison with thousands of others, physical looks to impossible standards. And many young people just choose to withdraw. For the first time in history, young people are having less sex than their parents. 30% of men under 30 had no sex for a year. Loneliness epidemic hits us harder than any virus could. You know, the mice couldn't turn this off. But you can.
I thought that was a good message.
Yeah. That's sad. No sex for a year?
That's what Plain Dave got out of it.
That was a loud laugh. Jim Jones, that was a loud laugh. You must be getting it.
Yeah,
you said,
She said, I feel you, Plain Dane. I feel you.
But I can't reach you.
Death can't reach you. Because I'm just thinking of a sense of young men specifically. He said young men 30 years old, like hormonally, like dudes are far different than women at that stage of their life. And to think that you got all this pent up hormones and you ain't got none in a year is crazy. That's why I laugh, because I'm like, no wonder why they calling these chicks all these things online. Somebody go get them some coochie. Please.
They in the gym.
Yeah.
I'm seeing these young guys in the gym with us. And you know, the 40 and over population, we all got a quiet bond. We ain't talking to each other. We just seeing each other in the gym. We giving each other the head now. Them young boys is crowded around the bench, and they talking about these bitchs ain't ish, and they pushing. And I'm laughing. Matter of fact, good friend of mine, that's a comedian out in LA, we just had a conversation about, there was a picture that's been circulating, went viral, of some guys standing in VIP with purses on and women sitting below them. And nobody talking to nobody. They just standing there looking. And I told him, I said, back in my day, we would have had the whole damn club.
My bad. That was me. We would have had the whole club. My bad. That's me.
Yeah, we would have had the whole club pregnant. My crew would have been like, oh, y'all tripping. Come on, we buying drinks, we dancing. It'd have been 4 of us dancing with 15 women on the floor. We'd have changed the whole trajectory of the whole scene. But it's different now, because now you got women that want to get on, they on their cell phone turning you down. They want the whole world to see you being a loser. So these guys are just like, we're not subscribing to this anymore. I'm going to sit with my dude, and I'm going to have this Birkin bag, and I'm going to have my purse and my nails painted. And when Drake come on, I'm going to get up and do my little bop and all this old weird stuff.
What?
Can't relate. Talking about club scenes. Like, I can't relate. We in VIP standing on couches all night. Can you imagine that?
Some Grindr account stuff that I can't get on with.
At all. Can you imagine us, bruh, back in the day in the club, standing on a damn couch while women sitting below us, and we just sitting there holding bottles with a purse on, talk about some... Listen, you couldn't even come around us with a damn fanny pack on. I don't care if you was a bicycle messenger. You getting your ass there. We running you. You getting up out of here. You getting up out of here. Get him up out of here. We about to torture him. He gonna come back around with a damn briefcase and a suit on. After that, he gonna be like, I can't come around them guys. No. Now these guys got their purses talking about something.
Yeah.
Hell no. So that's what's going on. The testosterone levels is way low, and the need to be feminine is way high.
I was talking to my dad about warfare, and I was like, "Look, Dad, they gonna end up drafting you boomers." He said, "I'm too old to be out there doing that." I said,
Right,
"Listen,
ain't nobody gonna pick up
I said,
nothing.
"So listen, just
They
imagine."
gonna know how to use one.
That's what I said. I said, just imagine though that they trying to send somebody who got a purse. Talk about, what you mean? You want me to put my purse down and grab this gun?
Right.
You be like, just give me the gun, son. Jeez. Said
Right.
boomers gonna get drafted. Made it all these years to get drafted at retirement age. It's crazy.
I don't go nowhere without my Chanel. Y'all tripping. I got a little Glock in here. No, get your soft ass out of here. You're gonna have us all getting killed.
I think it was a good analysis of like the beautiful ones. And also let's talk about the women for a second too. Like where they're like, oh, I just don't want them. That's really, really happening right now. I'm gonna bring up Love is Blind because y'all know I love that show on Netflix. So they just had another season. And in this season, they have a young lady who was very, very adamant that she did not want kids. Every dude she talked to in there was like, but you'd make a great mom. Now, mind you, they can't see this girl. Okay, they just talking to her. Okay, for a couple days. And she's steadily telling them, I do not want kids. She ends up getting engaged to this guy who's still trying to convince her to have kids. Like her family's talking to them like, girl, I thought you never wanted kids. I gotta see the finale. But she actually said she was gonna marry this man knowing that she does not want kids.
That's terrible.
Right.
This is also an epidemic that's happening because these young men, right? Imagine if you're these guys, right? And on one hand, you have the beautiful ones, right? They're like the ones in the gym dames talking about, man, they ain't nothing, you got them. But then on the other hand, you got the guys who are trying to do the right thing, right? Get married to this girl, try to start a family, right? And I mean, you pumping and pumping and pumping and ain't no baby because sis never stopped taking that birth control, okay? And what happens with the population then? So on both sides, it's a lot of stuff not working for, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I think that was a great video to show that. That's my 2 cents on that. Check out Love is Blind if you haven't yet. I love that show.
Crazy. I just can't even imagine. That's why I'm like, man, they lucky I'm married. They so lucky. Because listen, the thing is now, we got this epidemic of everybody skinny now. So them plan B's work. They working. And they popping pills like
in some
M&M.
states. In other states, not so much.
I don't know.
You gotta go across state lines to get stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I forget about that. I'm sorry.
A lot of people want to get married now. Yeah, I mean, I guess you're right with the skinny epidemic going on.
Everybody little now. Everybody
it's
little.
Still body positivity. It's still body positivity.
They positively want to be slutted out and go back home without the responsibility of crumb snatcher to deal with. Allegedly. This picture gonna be a fossil in a couple years. They're gonna be like, remember this? You don't see these too much no more. Look at her belly. Like,
what is that? It's not that? A tumor. A tumor.
It's not a tumor. Yeah, it's wild, man. I mean, a lot. That's the other thing too. I think that's why a lot of people just want to get married now. So I see marriage is on the rise a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, first of all, we want to get married because we tired of being turned down. That's just it.
Well,
on camera, we tired of being turned down.
I mean, they get married and they ain't give y'all no baby. I mean, that show was one instance, but like there are people I've met that genuinely don't want no kids but still want the dude. And I'm like, that man want kids though. So how you finna do this? Because he wants kids. You don't want kids. Why don't you just get a guy who don't want kids?
My oldest daughter is on
There's
that
plenty
way.
of them. There's plenty of dudes that don't want kids.
Yeah, like why?
And some
why
of them will
not?
be sugar daddies too, right? You want to live that life. Sugar daddy don't want no kids. Sugar daddy already got kids.
He raised his kids already.
Yeah.
Sugar daddy now is 37, 38 now. I got my
40,
kids.
50, or 40 and 50, right? And he in the gym.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Doing his thing.
He
doing what he
taking
wanna do.
TRT and Viagra at the same time. He about to tear you up. You don't want that. You don't want that beef.
About to be curled up in a ball somewhere talking about some bitch. You better call me in 10 minutes and tell me the house on fire. I gotta get away from him. Girl, I thought he was old. I'm old. She didn't know he was in the gym 5 days a week, pumping. He was in there like this. These young bitches don't stand a chance. These young bitches don't stand a chance. Yeah.
But instead they, it'll be guys who really want kids. And I think this mouse experiment was a really good ending wrap up for us, because as we talk about society, right? We talked about the State of the Union. We talked about the many beefs that we've had. We talked about education, right? And we talked about morality, ethics, truth, honesty. And where is our society going? Looks like it's going to be a whole lot less of this. A whole lot less of this.
I don't know.
Especially with the economy the way it is, that also is playing a part, because people are drowning, baby, in childcare costs. It's crazy. I know in Washington, I've heard of people paying $6,000-$7,000 a month for like 2 kids.
Baby, stay home. I got us. Stay home, baby.
So it's just insane. So anyway, that's all I got.
You can count that as income now. Yeah, like
just stay home.
That's you going.
I'm gonna go to work.
6 figures.
Yeah, I'm gonna
to pay the child care bill.
Cut that monkey ish out. You embarrassing us. Just stay home.
Just so y'all can be in a brownstone somewhere. You might as well just live in a different level of means.
Just cook.
A lot of people
cook.
Well, that's better. That's
I'm
better
just saying. I'm saying cook.
Yeah.
Cook, clean your own house.
Just stay home, cook, and clean.
Watch somebody else, baby. Watch your while you watch your baby, add one more baby to there. Make you some money.
And turn off the Instagram. That chick is sleeping on the air mattress that's giving you all that bad advice. Don't listen to her. Before she talk to you, all you hear is she gotta inflate the bed. Don't listen to her. Stay home. Never mind the patriarchy. As y'all love the patriarchy. Got y'all the patriarchy. It's your favorite buzzword. The buzzword should be save some damn money. Stay home. Raise your children.
But they don't. But some of them don't want no kids. So like me having and that's another obstacle, right? Not only did I not want the kid, now I can't even go to work and I'm stuck here with the kid. Like that's how this hierarchy is happening in some of this. Like not only do they not want a baby, now they home with the baby they didn't want. Why would they? Yeah, I think we got a lot of birth declines gonna continue to go down.
Your fault, not ours. Stay your ass home. I'll be home by 5. Cook, clean, and get ready. The nares in the cabinet. Make sure it's all.
It's Mr. Nasty. You weird for that. But all Jim Jones, you did bring up a lot of different points in this conversation. I would be remiss if I didn't talk about all of these things and how it applies to precious metals. So
here we go.
Silver is rolling back up.
Hey, I put that bet in on Kelsey. I'm like, never not gonna talk about it. I knew it was coming.
Just silver is back up in the high 90s because of many of these things that we talked about. So, and not just silver, just precious metals in general. Like people tend to go and run to things that they know when there's a lot of times of uncertainty. Maybe we'll get into it next week, but the numbers weren't looking too good for core inflation. It wasn't looking too good for a lot of different things. So, when that happens, again, money has to run and get safe harbor somewhere. So even if I'm not a fortune teller or anything, but if these things continue, especially like some of these war activities, that tends to drive up the price of precious metals. We're probably looking above the triple digit mark again pretty soon. So, just diversify yourselves. That's all that I would have to say when it comes to that. Cash is pay out.
Yes, sir. Invest in precious metal, not a precious.
Most of all, invest in yourself. These are trying times. Take some time for yourself. Make sure you do something outside. Like, I know that that's hard for a lot of folks. Go for a walk, even if it's 10 minutes outside. Go be with nature for a little bit. It really goes a long way. Try to make a habit of that if you can. It can really lift your spirits. So we talk about a lot of heavy stuff. We try to be a little funny with it, but at the same time, like this next week, we could come back and just add on this potentially, because this is things happening in the world. So if you get a chance to take a breath, take you some deep breaths and get a little bit closer with the actual earth, cook you a nice meal, definitely think it goes a long way. Y'all got anything else y'all want to add?
They need to add subscribe also.
I was gonna go to, okay.
I'm just saying, you was over there, you was floating in there, and it was feeling real good. So subscribe, as you know you should.
Hit that like button.
Right.
If you have not hit the like button, please do that. If you're not subscribed, you might as well go ahead and do that. Tell 2 people you like and someone you don't. I promise you, won't be sad about it.
And for those that trying to get right for the summer, man, I might start a push-up contest with my peoples. A little accountability partner thing, if you will. You guys reaching out. Send me some videos of you all doing your best exercises, getting yourself together. Amongst reading too. But this is a good time to start at 75 hard if you guys are familiar with that challenge. Anything to better you. In addition to getting some financial advice, get your body right too. You want to be old and wealthy and healthy. You know what I mean? So I might get into that. I'm gonna see who I want to bite on that one.
That's how you try to go in the gym with them kettlebells. That ain't no joke.
Yeah, man.
Overhead.
I'm trying to, I'm trying to keep it sexy. You understand me? My OnlyFans might drop in 20 years. I don't know. Might be. OnlyFans might stay. Oh, the O might stand for old. F might stand for future.
Old ass fans.
There you go.
OAF.
Old features.
Old features.
Old as F.
All right, y'all. That's all that I have for us for tonight. Thank you for dripping with us with this long late night drip. We appreciate y'all. We're here every Friday night, typically about 11 p.m. EST. Make sure you check out the page, check out the community section. We got polls. Make sure y'all vote, because that's how we know what y'all like. And if it don't update, then y'all gonna get what we get. So make sure y'all go vote. Let us know what y'all think. I'm Jim Jones, your co-host. Along with me is my brother, Plain Dame. And in the background is Cassius Pay. We will check y'all out next Friday. We'll see y'all there. But in the meantime, looking forward to them likes and subscribes. We'll talk to y'all later. Be out of here.
Peace. Have a good one. Still ain't figured out my pose.
I don't know. You gotta figure it out.
I'ma steal it.
We work.
City lights, close shadows dance. Jim and Dame got the vibe, got the stance. Cash is paid, bring the bass, make it last. Drip, drop, drip, drop, smooth as glass. Late night, whispers in the air. Feel the rhythm already there. Drip, drop. take it slow.